Hello, it is Joshua, and it's Queer Talk 101, and it is Wednesday because I can record videos a lot easier on a Wednesday than on a Sunday. So I'm recording one today. And today's subject is going to be political subjects in the LGBT community, my take on them, what I'm personally interested in, and yada yada yada. The two biggest ones that I'm personally interested in is gay marriage and discrimination against gays. And I'm going to start with gay marriage because that is one of my biggest drives in the LGBT community right now. And you would know this if anybody is on my Facebook, you would know that I'm a big supporter of gay rights in general. But gay marriage tends to be my biggest drive right now because obviously, I know, it doesn't make my relationship any more valid, or I don't need to seek validation from my relationship from others. I personally really don't care if somebody views my relationship as valid or invalid. I know most of my friends and family consider my relationship valid, but the law doesn't. And that's what I'm concerned about, because if something were to happen, I have no protection. He has no protection. Marriage, in the eyes of the law, is 1,100 rights that non-married couples don't have. And I know some are like, considering, what does it matter? Well, I've seen time after time, and heard of time after time, and actually know of some that when their partner died, they, in the eyes of the law, when it came to the hospital, the funeral home, the deceased items, their boyfriend or partner's remaining items that were inheritable to other people, in the eyes of the law, because there was no legal marriage, the partner was considered practically nothing when it came to the hospital, funeral home, and the items of their deceased partners. It was nothing. They were considered nothing in the eyes of the law, and they had no right in the eyes of the law to them, despite the fact that they had been with them for countless amount of years. And even with some of those items, I'm sure they helped pay for some of them, like house and a car. I'm sure they helped pay for that. But of course, that law doesn't consider it to be valid. So, and I know, some people be like, well, religiously speaking, well, your Bible has no place in the making of laws, because of the fact is, as the United States, we preach about how we have freedom of religion here. Well, then the law technically is supposed to know no religion, because there are so many different types of religions here. The law is supposed to know none when it comes to making laws and considering laws. So, legally speaking, the Bible is not really grounds for making something illegal or legal. The law should be looking at whether or not it causes harm to society if it's legal, and if it's not legal, does it cause harm to society? Gay marriage causes harm to nobody. In fact, there not being gay marriage does cause harm to people, because of the fact that, like I said before, when somebody's partner dies, they have no legal rights, and that causes harm to them. And so, I personally don't care if a church doesn't want to perform it. They should have the right to deny performing a gay marriage if they so choose to. Go ahead, do it. You can deny it, but I don't need a church to legally get married. I can just go up to the courthouse and have one of them validate my marriage, and that'll be fine. There are ways that you don't need a church to perform a marriage. So, gay marriage should be legal. I do think the church should have the right to deny to perform a gay marriage if they so choose to. But when it comes to government agencies and government employees, they shouldn't. And when it comes to discriminating against gays in general, so when it comes to like jobs and employing gays and considering firing somebody because they're gay or denying them that promotion or raise because they're gay, I mean, really, it's just, again, you have freedom of religion, but religion doesn't belong in the workplace, and it should not be a consideration when determining whether or not to hire somebody or to promote somebody or to fire them or to give them that raise. If they have the qualifications to meet the job, then why not hire them? You would just be actually, employers are really just hurting themselves when they do that because they're preventing themselves from getting a potentially good worker or from rewarding a good worker. And when they fire with that good worker who is actually very good because of the fact that they're just gay, so they're firing them for that reason, they're losing a good worker. So discrimination just because somebody is a homosexual in the workplace is really just, when you look at it, stupid. So these are my take on those two political subjects. Hopefully one of the girls will post their take on political subjects in the LGBT community. So anyway, if you like it, like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good week.